know there was I don't know what you call it, RFP that was, for the city attorney position. Concern I had at the time, I know that I had talked previously, the mayor, and she has informed me that she's communicated with the other council members about her desire to look at the possibility of moving on to the city attorney. Concern I have is that this council made the decision a while back that removed that authority from the mayor. It is the council's authority for determining professional services for a city attorney, and if and whenever we're going to transfer. So one of the things I communicated with her this afternoon and wanted to bring up and have discussion with the city council members is this something that we want to look at? And I'm going to make two statements there. That, and the fact of the matter is, I don't believe when we originally wrote the ordinance modification, at the time that we really laid out how do we go through the process of changing, transitioning to the new, what is the process that we need to go through. I think we made an emergency ordinance change under the circumstances that we had at the time, but I don't think we thought in a long plan where we want to go with that, you know. So I'm wondering whether that we need to have a committee of council members and the mayor to discuss proposals of how do we go through the process of transitioning to a new city attorney, you know, as a council, and then maybe the long term is how do we go about possibly transitioning from the council to overseeing to back into the city's responsibility. But I just think that we need to take into consideration that we need to follow the rules that we changed, and it's the council's authority, not the city, i.e. the mayor, that decides when the city attorney needs to be changed. So we need to decide if that's what we want to do, then, but I think ultimately we start off maybe with a committee.
And I don't know that we need, and you guys can disagree with me, but a new committee. I think the finance committee's worked on these in the past, and not necessarily contracts, but, you know, different policies in place for purchasing, the cell phone policy, that whole purchasing policy, the credit card policy. I think finance committee is probably a good place to start.
Who do we have on the finance committee now? You?
Well, and Gary.
Okay, so we need to have a third.
There's no, so.
We need to look at a third opening. I don't know if Vic wants to step into the finance committee, you know, but that's an option you can think of.
And I think in the council rules, if somebody can't make it, the council president steps in.
Right.
So, you know, Vic, if you wanted to attend and then couldn't attend a meeting, I could help, you know, fill in the gaps, at least so we have a quorum, because I know, I think Gary's out for a little while. He's out on the road, I think, so. But if you want to be on the finance committee, I think we have to make that appointment next week.
I just depends on when you need to meet, if there's anything critical next week after Monday, I'm out.
Yeah, they typically meet, unless it's changed, it's the Tuesday following a workshop or a meeting.
Following the workshop,
Okay.
so we have time to get everything ready for the meeting.
Yeah, so
I could be there.
traditionally tomorrow, scheduling problem tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
because Gary was gonna be out of town,
Oh,
so we're
okay.
going to.
Yeah, you can be here tomorrow. Richard, are you available tomorrow?
Yes.
Let's see, time 6:30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I should be able to make it, yeah.
I think you have services committee.
I'm hopeful that we can put a policy in place and move forward and expedite this process. There are things that we're trying to get done and I'm getting resistance or being dragged or just things aren't getting done in a timely manner. And so I'm hoping that we can start moving forward with the process.
Well,
City attorney working at the mayor's will.
at the mayor's will, yeah, and then, so there was some concerns we were, throwing attorneys out with the water as fast as we could get them, so we felt at the time that we needed stability. And so we made, legal and acceptable decisions on part of the council, and we made that position a, professional, contractual, job, and the authority went to the council for hiring and dismissing, particularly from the mayor.
So we have a recommendation right now for dismiss and look for,
Well,
What I had done is I had asked for an RFP put out so that we can start getting some information on attorneys. I have not given notice, but informed our city attorney that the RFP was going out, so I think also open to price. After I spoke with council members and got a consensus, they were in agreement. And I did that, not thinking about I was doing anything that went against the ordinance, because I did not give notice and did not hire or make any recommendations. I just wanted to start getting the word out there and start creating some movement in that.
open that option.
I just wanted to make sure that we're following the ordinance
And I
that we
totally
put in
agree.
place.
I appreciate that.
So,
Totally agree. I have no issue with it whatsoever. I would just like a process to be put in place, or a policy put in place. And I would love by the first of the year, or real close to that, where it is.
Most existing professional service contracts we have, even though council has the power to approve contracts, the administration will go out and do, the due diligence and present us a report on it.
but we took the complete,
I thought we took the hiring and firing away.
Yeah, so she can present us a proposal. It's still our decision whether we want to do it or not.
I don't think so, but I'm gonna look at we need to look at the ordinances again.
Yeah,
That's the concern I have, is because
Right.
we pretty much took it completely out of the realm of the mayor. So we need to take a look at that ordinance to make sure what we exactly did.
Is it just for that position, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for that position.
Yeah, and it's because it's a contract, he's not a city employee. Department heads require council confirmation, but they serve with the mayor as well. So there's no way to stop the mayor from firing him.
Yeah, that was the other issue. The concern was that at the time, we wanted to make sure that the city attorney was the city's attorney, and it wasn't, decisions weren't gonna be made based upon the concern of being terminated or not. And so that was one of the big issues why we made that
There's
transition.
more eyes on that decision to terminate a position. Ability.
Well, in the past, I have experienced where the city attorney has made decisions and given council advice based on the wishes of the mayor, and not necessarily what would be the best for the city. And this has been a real critical thing. We had it with a situation not very long ago where the attorney had a real deal with it, and he was very protective of his job because he had a real easy buck made without any effort, and so he was being real careful that he did not step on the mayor's toes. And I don't want to see this, get into this again. Right now, I'm a little concerned is, because I've been sick and out of the loop here and whatever, but, why are we looking for a new attorney? And what is the basis of, is it the consensus of the council that we're not happy with the present attorney, or, I mean, what is it?
So there are some issues. We're paying for, I don't want to be speaking for somebody else. I've been really careful about choosing my words. But we're paying for services from our current attorney that we shouldn't be paying for. We should know. We're paying for him to go to MSRC to research information. We could do that. The other problem is there's been some timely things that have come up, and myself as well as other staff had made repeated phone calls asking for answers, getting the feedback, and there's still things I still haven't gotten an answer back. And so that kind of like moves me more forward to that. And I think part of one of my biggest reasons is, and one of the things I expressed to Ken, and he totally understood, is to totally sever that negativity that we had in this city with staffing at the time, and just remove ourselves from that. And just continue moving forward with a clean slate and not having a lot of that negative baggage move forward with us.
Okay, because at this point right now, number one is, I have not always been happy with the decisions or all of it. And when I've actually got answers back from Ken on things, but again, due to the circumstances that we were under, and with the present mayor we had and everything, it's real difficult to totally evaluate his performance as a city attorney with the garbage that we threw at him, and every council member calling him every 5 minutes, and hurry up, we gotta get somebody down here, he's breaking into this office, and what can we do, you know? I mean, so to try to evaluate the performance of our present attorney on the past 2 years is not fair.
Well, and I'm not basing it on the past 2 years. I proved there's some negativity connected to that, and that's one piece of it. But I'm basing it on since I took office mid-July and performance issues. And even our finance director has gone back several times asking for answers of questions, and we have not gotten it back. I know they're getting the same experience in the Public Works Department. It isn't just me, it's in all those realms, and it's holding us up on things.
So, I had a question. So when you say we're paying for services we shouldn't pay for, he's a contract employee, I'm assuming, listening to what I'm hearing, and so he bills us by the hour then? So we don't have a flat fee if we're gonna pay an attorney? Can we go to that system?
Well, and that's the other thing that maybe the committee would like to talk about. I know I've had a couple council members, why don't we have an attorney on staff for what we're paying? But one thing to keep in mind is our previous budget, we've only had to budget maybe $25,000–$30,000 a year for an attorney to be at regular meetings and take care of contractual things. The last couple of years, we've spent almost $500,000 in attorney fees, you know, when you look at 2012 and 2013.
Not all his.
Not all his,
Some
but
we had to pay for the other.
the other attorney and all that. I mean, so our budget is way skewed,
Yeah.
so when you're looking at, does the city have a full-time attorney? Well, I don't know if we really can afford that if we had somebody on staff. I know, I think you had even mentioned that, I think
Well,
Valley Regional Fire Authority has somebody
A
that.
part-time position,
Right.
you know, attorneys, I don't think that's out of their realm.
Probably not.
They're retained for a chunk of money, and unless there's just for routine business. And then if we have something like what came up, then it becomes to okay, you're not paying me enough for the amount of time you're putting in, we need to come up with a contract. So that's
And
how
I think,
it should be
I'm
structured.
open to that, and I think council, that'd be something that we would look at as we move forward with this. So right now, we pay $175 an hour.
And have we received any proposals?
I haven't even asked you, I hadn't even, you know, it just went out, you know,
So that might be something the
That
committee.
was an irrelevant contract with the council.
Because they're talking about using them for union contracts, reviewing, ordinances, things like, I mean, this is all standard operating
right.
business, and we come up with a dollar amount that, you know, this is what we want to retain you to do for these services over a period of a 3 or 4 year contract, and then bring it up for renewal after that time. That way, because we know we don't negotiate contract every single year, and just, so there'll be some years where the workload's a little heavier, but it's factored in because it's averaged out over the course of 4 years. And just put the performance in, and then if we get into grievances that have to be arbitrated, things like that, then that can be something that we would separate and go, okay, we'll contract for these services separately over, because that's above and beyond what we expect you to commit time-wise.
Yeah, and with the city attorney hasn't passed, and maybe a little bit, but with union contracts, we usually go to the same place the VRA goes, Summit Law. That's been a while since we've done anything with them. But, and then also, depending on the attorney we have right now, if we have land use issues, we go to somebody else. So it'd be nice if, looking at the RFPs, if there's somebody that has a land use attorney on site, a labor attorney on site, you factor that into the retainer or how that works. It'd be nice to see that versus, with Al, it was Al, and that was it. And anything else, I mean, we spent a ton of money on land use, we spent it on arbitration, we spent it on, and last year even with Ken, we spent it with SOSA because of conflict of interest, and I mean, but that was all behind it, so. But it'd be interesting to see the RFP as well.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at them yet, but.
So is that something finance can take on? Take a first swipe at it, bring it back to something?
We can talk about it tomorrow night. Get started.
Good. Is there any further business?
As before we adjourn, we have, Public Works Wednesday night.
Yes,
7 o'clock.
Okay, and I'd like to have Public Safety Thursday night then. Who is on Public Safety?
I think it's me.
I
Are you on there
used to
too?
be.
I think it's you, me, and Colby.
I don't know if she is, are you, that's what was the,
I think I
last
took
time
me
it
in.
was,
See, and last time I forgot about the meeting. You said Thursday?
originally it was Leanne, and then she stepped away, I think, when we wanted to have somebody from finance or something on every committee,
Yeah.
and you filled in on it, I thought.
Yeah, and I'm traveling this week, I leave Thursday, come back Friday night.
Okay.
And we have Human Services tomorrow from 5 to 6.
Well, and Gary's out of town, so,
You wanna do it next?
well, apparently he's got some stuff that's got some real urgency to him, according to what he called me tonight about.
We can do it Wednesday.
Wednesday night, I got public work,
Yeah, that's true.
What time shows work, 7?
7.
Could we do earlier?
I don't know, I would have to contact him and find out.
It's 5:30 to 6:30 maybe? I'm available then, I have something else at 7 o'clock, so I need to be out
Well,
here.
since we don't have to worry about Gary, you would be available at 5:30 on Wednesday?
Yeah, 5:30 to 6:30.
What's the score?
Okay, let me find out and I'll call you.
So, I guess we can. So since we have an hour and a half left,
You guys can be told.
officially run meeting. So the reason that we've kind of front-loaded this meeting with so much stuff is the goal was to not have a meeting on December 23rd, and that would have been a workshop, right?
No, it's been a regular.
So what's the council's thoughts on that? Well, we need to pay bills, right?
Well, and that was the other thing that we were talking about that Richard was gonna look into, and I don't know if you were able to get an answer to that yet.
No, I'll do that tomorrow. We're paying bills on the 9th, and then, we have a couple of options. One is to, pay some more on the 16th, and then the next meeting, we could change part of the meeting, and part of the workshop into a meeting. Just do a special meeting for that. And then we can wait until the meeting of because we can pay bills within a month, as long as we, pay everything that's up to date on the 16th. Or we can just do a little quick special meeting on the 30th, whichever the council's pleasure.
Because that's a fifth Monday, right?
Yes, that's right.
But do we have to make some changes, because that is a schedule?
Well, just note it if it's publicly, posted.
The other thing is, if we get 4 of us here, and you just have a quick forum, we can
Pay the bills.
pay the bills and be done. Is City Hall open that day? It's not
It's
closed
open
because of the
on-
holiday, right?
So,
They have the 24th and 25th off.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm not out of town.
I'm here.
We have 2 other council members that want to show up for a 5-minute meeting, and
On the 23rd?
On the 23rd.
That's what we've always done in the past, when it's been a situation like that, we've
I'm here.
okay.
I'm off that day, but I
walked
can
in
come in.
and stayed
Well,
and out the door.
Yeah, I don't think we even need you here. I mean, as
Okay.
long as we have the packet beforehand, if we have it like Thursday till,
Oh, yeah, I'll be here for
You'll
then,
be
so
here
I'll
late
find
at
it.
night, but it's 5 minutes. We'll just take
we
it.
can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they have the next 2 days off. I think that's kind of the,
Actually, we could make, it, depending on who all's gonna be there, we'd make the meeting earlier too.
I'm off that day. Yeah, I'm off that day, so I can be here anytime.
Well, I think I might be able to get the day off.
mine.
Stay out of the hospital.
Yeah, if you get.
Anytime after 1 o'clock, I'm available.
Would you be available, what if we made the meeting 5 o'clock? How many council members would be able to be here so we'd have a quorum? We got a quorum, 5 o'clock,
Yeah, I think Gary, as long as he's not out of town, I'm sure he can do it.
if you want to do that.
Okay, let's plan for that then.
Okay.
Can we get an email reminder? Because I will not.
Y'all forgot the budget, so,
Yeah, that doesn't.
I know.
Maybe an email would be fantastic. That we're
I'm trying to help you guys
reminding.
out, trying to look out for staff people.
She's salary. Done. Doesn't matter. No overtime.
There's one there.
Oh, yeah. So, anything else? We're done. Thanks, everybody.
Scratch your finger.